I'm going to call this meeting of the Code Enforcement Board to order. We'll stand for the pledge to for the invocation and then the pledge to the flag.
Hands, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. It's a beautiful day. Thank you for another day in life in Walton County. Thank you for the opportunity to come together again to serve each other, to serve our community, and doing so to serve you. We pray that your continued blessings on us, your blessings on these proceedings, that you would guide and direct us in the way that we need to be guided and directed. We pray that you would, as always, that you would be with each of us in the special way that we each need you. We pray that you would be with this community, continue your blessings upon it, this state and this country, and Lord, please, special blessing as always with the men and women that serve to protect us and our way of life and our liberties and our right to worship you. We pray all these things in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Dice, I believe you're going to introduce someone.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, I'd like to, if you don't, thanks for the opportunity. I just want to let everyone know we have hired a new code enforcement manager. His name's Bill Williams. Bill, fan. Bill's been with us for about a week now. This is his first week. As you all know, Mr. Alford passed away back in December, and was a very, very good employee and a great officer for us. And Bill's filling in and taking that position, and he's hit the ground running. We're very proud to have him here. Bill's comes to us from Bay County Code Enforcement, also has some history as a state patrol officer in Pennsylvania, and so brings a lot of knowledge and a lot of expertise in those fields, and we're very proud to have him. And so he will be the manager and will be handling all the code enforcement matters, and I'm very thankful for that, and I know our officers are as well. So we want to welcome him, and you'll be seeing a lot more of him in the future. So I just want to make that announcement.
And his name is Bill?
Bill Williams.
Okay.
Welcome, Bill.
Yeah.
Welcome.
That's the last time.
All right. How many of these cases, if any, are we going to hear? One. Which ones are we not going to hear?
That's where they work with blow.
Case number 4, 15-395 is the fourth case.
That's the only one we're going to hear. The others were settled?
Not settled.
Yes. Anna.
Good evening. The cases 15-532, 15-842, 15-843, all of them have a common tenant, and they all involved different code issues. They were requesting those 3 cases to be removed from the agenda because they have begun a compliance plan, and they have deadlines to turn in DO and pay their fees and attend design review board meetings by certain dates. So hopefully we have a plan for them to be compliant and continue on that path.
So it's going to be a while before they come back.
We hope we don't bring them
Or
back.
they don't come back.
Yes.
Well, good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, then who's going to present 15-395?
I'll be presenting that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it'd be a good idea. Has everybody read the minutes? Has anybody got any additions, corrections, deletions?
I move to approve the minutes as submitted.
You're doing 18 and the 17th.
Oh, that's right. We do got 2 sets.
You got 2 sets
We
of
got 2
minutes?
sets to do?
I don't know. It's on the agenda. I mean, it's on the
Why do we have 2 sets? Oh, I remember. Mr. Lovell's first name. Right. All right, well, let's,
All right, I
That's the
move.
last
I
one.
don't think you can, it ain't right for you to do your own. Victor,
I recommend we approve the February 18th, 2016 minutes
somebody second it?
as amended. Right. I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so the February minutes are accepted as amended. How about the March minutes? Any corrections or additions or deletions there? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve?
And a second by
Jack.
Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And those minutes are accepted as written. All right, now I think I can get to case 15-395.
Good evening, Lawrence Public Code Enforcement. This case is on tab 1. This case was started by previous code officer Dustin Beck.
Yeah.
On April
You
5th
need to be sworn in, don't you?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this board will be the truth?
I do.
And no one else here is going to attest?
I don't think so.
Okay,
It's pretty straightforward.
okay.
April 15th, 2015, a complaint was received by code enforcement concerning junk and debris on a residential lot. After a site investigation, it was determined that the parcel is in violation of ordinance 97-28 of the Walton County Land Development Code, section 5.07.08 regarding outdoor storage. Findings of fact. A complaint was received by code enforcement on April 15th regarding junk and debris located on a residential lot. Code enforcement officer Dustin Beck conducted a site investigation which revealed a dilapidated mobile home and a non-operating vehicle located on the property. And that's exhibits 1A, 1B, and 1C.
Okay, we'll accept them into evidence.
All right. Property research by Officer Beck revealed that parcel ID number 24-3-19-191-000-023B belongs to Stanley R. Meyer of 352 Hope Road, Defuniak Springs, Florida, and that's exhibit number 2.
Okay, we'll accept that.
On April 27, 2015, Officer Beck sent a warning letter to the property owner, Stanley R. Meyer, with the compliance date of June 1st, 2015, and that's Exhibit 3.
All right, we'll take that into evidence.
Lord.
What a mess.
Officer Beck left in that time frame, so then I took over the case. I conducted a reinspection on October 8, 2015, which revealed the property was still in violation. Dilapidated mobile home and non-operating vehicle were still on the property. Next, exhibits 4A and 4B.
And we'll take that in evidence.
On October 20th, 2015, I sent a notice of violation, certified mail, return receipt requested to the property owner, Stanley R. Meyer of 352 Hope Road, Defuniak Springs, Florida, 32433, with a compliance date of November the 23rd, 2015. The notice of violation was returned on November 16th. That's exhibits 5A and 5B.
All right, we'll accept that.
At the December 2015 Code Enforcement Board, I requested and was granted permission to post a notice of violation and a notice to appear if needed to the property. And that's Exhibit 6.
All right,
So that's from the minutes.
and we'll take that into evidence.
On January 12, 2016, I posted a notice of violation to the property and to the front of the South Walton Courthouse Annex with a compliance date of February 12th. That's Exhibit 7A, B, and C.
Okay, we'll accept that.
On April 6, 2016, I re-inspected the property and determined it was still in violation. That's Exhibit 8.
Certainly is. We'll take that.
Right. While I was there and the property was still in violation, I posted a notice to appear before the April 21st, 2016 Code Enforcement Board
to the property and to the front of the South Walton Courthouse Annex, and also mailed a copy to Stanley R. Meyer at 352 Hope Road, Phoenix Springs. That's Exhibit 9A, B, C, D, E, and F.
Okay, we'll accept all those.
Yeah, they never even touched the notice of violation because I just took my sign off and I didn't even take it out of the ground, so I don't know if they were going to that property or not. On April 12, 2016, I completed an affidavit of service for posting the notice to appear, and that's Exhibit 10.
We'll accept it into evidence.
Inspection this morning at 9:10 a.m. by Officer Manning revealed the property is still in violation. That's Exhibit 11, A, B, and C.
And we'll accept that. Yes.
As of today, April 21st, 2016, the property is still in violation. The dilapidated mobile home and non-operating vehicle remain on the property. No contact has ever been successful with the property owner, Stanley R. Meyer. No delivery receipt for the mailed NTA has been received. Tracking information from UPS.com states the notice was left, but no one has ever picked it up.
What recommendation do you have?
Pending any questions, I'll go ahead with the findings of facts, conclusion of the law order.
Anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
In your visits, have you noticed, has there been any movement out there on that lot?
Not at all.
No.
The only difference I noticed was when the initial photographs that Officer Beck took, there was the car sitting there with a boat next to it. And when I went out on my inspection the first time, the car was still there, the boat was there, and a camper trailer was there. But I never saw any sign of anybody ever being there.
Is there any evidence that this man is in Defuniak?
No, sir.
Huh?
I
This is just a question for everybody. Did the code enforcement officers have authority to go to that Defuniak address and knock on the door?
No, they don't have any authority to go onto the property. I mean,
The what, sir?
they don't have any authority to go on the property to inspect. But
No, the
they-
residents.
Not the
He was-
residents, but they can search for
I
it.
pulled up into the driveway and honked the horn. Nobody came out.
In Defuniak?
Yes, sir.
So we didn't know.
This is outside of the city limits. It's north.
You don't even know if he's present in the county,
No, sir.
or Florida, or anything, yeah. Okay. Or
We've
alive.
never. We have to go by what the tax roll says as far as contact.
Any unusual smells around the trailers? Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask a question now?
You may.
Thank you.
You have my permission.
I appreciate that. Just,
Charlotte, can you put that mic so I can hear you?
can you hear me now? All right.
Turn it on.
It is on.
It is on. You want me to talk louder?
No, it's not too short.
Okay. Could you tell me if there's any tax liens on the property, just to see if they're even possibly not alive?
I did not research that.
So somebody's paying for it?
Well, there's no taxes because it's not worth the $6,000.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
Why is that? Because the value is so low, there's no tax on it?
In addition to that, the tax bill is zero.
So,
So the carryover, there's no lien or carryover.
Right.
I think there's about to be one.
Okay.
If you put a fine on it, the fine just kept accumulating to the point that we repossess this property or we would end up having to clean it up as a county,
Right.
right?
Right. And
Is that a good thing or bad?
Well,
Depends on who
that's
gets
for
the vote.
discussion, though.
yeah, we'll get to that one in a second. Tell us what your recommendation is.
Okay.
Can we all get the vote?
You get the school, you have to-
Commission vote?
Walton County Department of Code Enforcement is the petitioner versus Stanley R. Meyer, the respondent. The case comes for public hearing before the Code Enforcement Board of Walton County, Florida on April 21st, 2016. After due notice to the respondent and the Code Board, having heard testimony under oath, received evidence and heard argument, hereby issues its findings of fact, conclusions of law, and orders as follows. Finding of fact. The respondent, Stanley R. Meyer, whose mailing address is 352 Hope Road, Defuniak Springs, Florida, 32433, is the owner of the property described as Lot 23B, and it has the description there. Also known as 352 Hope Road, Defuniak Springs, Florida, 32433. Walton County parcel ID number 24-3N-19591-000-023B. The following conditions exist on the subject property in violation of section 5.07.08 of the Walton County Land Development Code of Ordinance. The respondent received administrative notice on January 12, 2016. The notice advised the respondent that the condition of the property constituted a violation of the county code. The respondent was provided a reasonable time to correct the violation with a compliance date of February 12, 2016. Respondent failed to correct the violation on or before the compliance date. The county has incurred administrative fees of at least $450 on account of prosecuting this code enforcement violation. Conclusions of law. This is a lawfully constituted code enforcement proceeding convened pursuant to Chapter 162, Part 1, Florida Statutes, and Chapter 12, Walton County Land Development Code. The Code Board has jurisdiction of the subject matter and the respondent. Notice of this proceeding has been duly provided to the respondent as required by county code. The respondent, Stanley R. Meyer, by reason of the foregoing facts, is in violation of Section 5.07.08 of the county code. The respondent is subject to the enforcement jurisdiction of the Code Board. Order. Based upon the foregoing findings of facts and conclusions of law, and pursuant to the authority granted in Chapter 162 Florida Statutes, by motion made and duly seconded and passed by the Code Board by majority vote, it is hereby ordered. The respondent is to correct the aforesaid violation on or before May 23, 2016. The respondent is further ordered to contact the Walton County Code Enforcement Department to arrange for reinspection of subject property to verify compliance with this order. In the event the county staff finds that the aforesaid property is not brought into compliance after May 23, 2016, the respondent shall be ordered to pay a fine. The fine amount will be determined at a separate hearing held by the Code Enforcement Board after the compliance date. An administrative fee of $450 is assessed against the respondent and shall be paid on or before May 23, 2016. A true, correct copy of these findings of fact, conclusions of law, and order shall be delivered to the respondent by certified mail with return receipt requested or by hand delivery.
Anybody have any questions?
I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm looking at the chain of ownerships.
Yeah, and
And it looks like Stanley Meyer was, way back in 2006, got it from Sheila, husband and wife, Neva? And then McKinsey got in there, or McKinney, and then it got over back to Stanley Meyer, and it seems like it's playing back and forth in that. Do we have a family relationship in this thing?
I'm not sure about that, ma'am. I just went by.
But it says that the sale was unqualified, the last one.
Okay.
We've got two qualified, and the last one reverting to Stanley from McKinney is unqualified.
That just means, I think it's something like a quit claim or something.
Yeah, it sometimes a qualified is exactly right. There'll be a special warranty deed or some exception in the deed.
Or reverting back for non-payment or something?
Or possibly, or life estate or something. There's some
Okay.
sort of qualification on the,
I was curious about the unqualified situation.
there's some sort of qualification on the transfer.
Okay.
anything else? Any discussion? Yes. You, Jack, yeah.
Oh, was I gonna?
Yeah, you're the guy, you looked at me.
I was just wondering, I guess we should start imposing a fine on this.
Well, you understand the procedure has changed here now. We can find him in violation and he has to come into compliance by the date probably the date that Mr. Butler suggested. And if he doesn't, then and only then do we determine the amount of the fine.
Is the public thing closed?
We charge him
Yeah, very much for public,
450
but
for
yes.
twice.
Yeah. What, you have a question?
No, you just asked for discussions, and we have
Oh,
to close
okay.
the case from the public standpoint.
All right, I'll close it here, okay? Shut up. The public part of this hearing is done. Okay, any further discussion? Any discussion? Well, the interesting thing is, since the property is almost worthless, it comes to the question of, and I guess we could do this when we determine the fine, but any fine at all, it's gonna wind up being the county's.
Well, I mean, we'll have to, let's assume there's a fine, and at some point, we've been collecting these to see which ones we want to foreclose. We've actually foreclosed on one now, sort of a test case to see how it goes, and frankly, it went well, we were happy. And there's some more we're about to start, but we do have to do a cost-benefit analysis. We cannot foreclose on a homestead with a code enforcement lien. And of course, many times, there'll be a large mortgage ahead of us, and we don't, or not necessarily ahead of us, but we would take it subject to the mortgage. So there's a cost-benefit analysis to that as well. You know, this kind of piece of property, the value is very low. I mean, we would have to decide if we're going to foreclose it.
It's
take it,
homesteaded,
and
too.
and then clean it up. And if it's homesteaded, we can anyway.
It's a homestead.
It says right here, homesteaded, yeah.
Yeah, so, but that doesn't mean he might have another asset somewhere, like a boat I saw out in front there that we might could sell.
Oh, a valuable sailboat.
And you could call that $100, and that would be what you'd sell it for, and it cost them $5,000 to fix it.
You know,
trailer could get.
we've looked at, we've looked at, some other counties have sold these code enforcement liens to collection agencies. I mean, there's other things we can do. We haven't done that yet.
Well, barring further discussion, we could find that he is in violation, and that he needs to come into compliance by perhaps the date that
We can't even find
Mr.
him.
Butler suggested.
Well, I'll make
Yeah.
a motion if we want to get on with this.
Yeah,
I make a motion he's in violation of section 5.07.08B regarding outdoor storage. Storage? Yeah, storage.
anybody will second that motion?
I will.
Okay, made by Mr. Bowman, seconded by Ms. Flint.
If you want, you can impose the administrative cost today.
Well,
Yes.
and we'll get to that in a sec. Okay, all those in favor? Everybody understand the motion? Simply that he is in violation of the ordinance. Okay, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we find him in violation. Now there's the matter of the $450 administrative fee.
I'll move to impose the $450 administrative fine or fee.
I'll second that.
Okay, so made by Mr. Lovell, seconded by Mr.
And
Bowman.
that's not nearly enough for what y'all been through.
Yeah.
It's a long drive up there.
Stephanie,
Real quick, I believe he said section 5.07.08B. Lonnie's asking for 5.07.08 as a general because they're actually in violation of B and C. So by only B, they could actually still have the junk car out there and the rest of the debris.
Okay, well, it's missing
You-
off the page, that's right.
Okay, I'm just clearing that
Well,
up.
I guess I
okay,
need to
can
make
you,
an amendment.
how does that work? He has to amend his motion?
Actually, since you have a motion and a second, you can just go ahead and make a second motion for the whole section.
Okay, well, I make a motion that he's in violation of 5.07.08B.
Just
That's it.
point eight.
Okay, 8, period.
And who seconded it? You did, Charlotte did. And do we need to vote again then?
Yes, yes. you do.
All right, all those in favor? This is,
All right,
okay, aye.
sorry about that.
All right. Any opposed? No. So that motion carries. And did we vote on the fine, or we just have the motion and the second at this point?
Well, I thought we had to wait till they came back and violate.
No, no, this is the
Administrative.
$450
Oh,
administrative.
$450, I thought we
Yeah.
did that.
No, I mean.
Did we?
People,
we don't vote yet.
No,
But I got a question about, so are we looking at 2 violations then?
5.07.08 is duty of maintenance, unoperable cars, junk, all, it covers everything versus having B for the trailer and C for the car. We're just doing one umbrella with one
You've
violation.
done,
Okay,
you've
so it's
done
just
everything and the trailer.
Yeah,
So it's just 1 violation?
It's, yes.
yeah.
So I mean,
1
I
year
know
and
when
1
we get the
week.
fine
Later.
later, we'll only need 1 violation. That's right.
Complaint was
Jennifer,
filed,
did we
have the
vote?
hearing.
We did.
Yeah.
But we voted.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, okay.
All right. Then that's the end of the matter, right? And any other business before the
I believe
board?
we have a couple of permissions.
Oh, yeah, you
to
need
post.
permission to post, don't you?
I'm also requesting permission to post for case number 16-1126, a failure to be able to get, there's two property owners to the property listed on the tax roll. I sent certified letters to both owners. One came back yesterday, undeliverable. I looked up both under the tracking numbers, and one says delivered and one says non-deliverable. But I haven't got the green card back, so I'm requesting permission to post a notice to the property and a notice to appear if required.
Trying to get time, that's fine.
Yeah.
Move that we grant that
Okay, Mr. Wilson then makes the motion to grant the request.
I'll second it.
Second did Mr. Roberts. Okay. All
Yeah.
those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right, it carries. And do you have one more, or Stephanie, you do?
Stephanie also has one. It's case number 15-550.
Yeah.
Request permission to post to the property and notice to appear if required.
Okay.
That's both the notice of violation and notice to appear.
Do we need to know more about it, or can we vote on it?
Good evening, Stephanie Manning. Again, this is case 15-550. This is one of Jason's. Oh, just
Do you
kidding.
solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this board will be the truth?
I do. Again, case 15-550, requesting permission to post. This was actually one of Jason's cases. Pulling the file up, he had some issues getting service. I don't know that they've ever been served. So as I pick the case up, I'm going to go and request permission to serve both the notice of violation and the notice to appear as needed.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Mr. Lovell's going to move to approve the permission
I'll second.
to post, and seconded by Ms. Flint. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It carries. All right, and now I think we've come to the item number 6, adjournment.
I make the motion that we adjourn.
And is there a second? And we are adjourned.
General question, what happens to this god-awful trailer out there that's a danger? I mean, if he never appears or, I mean,
It certainly does look like a hazard to
We
navigation.
could actually now, we have the authority, not, the commission would have to approve it, we could actually go on the property, fix it, and then.
or tear it down.
Yeah, tear it down and take it off.
We had
think we've done
an
that
open septic tank one time, remember? And
We
we
did
had
it.
to,
Out here on 98 at the Eagles, something or the other.
Landing down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
We're afraid some kid would.
And you can do that. You don't need us to.
We did.